Alrighty, welcome back everyone. This is Originz, and today marks the day that I'm going to start recording Minecraft again. Uh, it's been about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months maybe since I last recorded, and uh, I've been playing some other games in between there. I haven't really played a lot of Minecraft or kept up with it. I've watched a few people on YouTube like Etho and Zisto, and a little bit of beef, vintage beef that is. Other than that, not too much. Uh, Other games I've been playing since then would be Lotro, Lord of the Rings Online. That is. Let's see. I tried playing Starbound, but even without recording that, I lagged very bad. Like I was down to 5 frames in a few spots, and just trying to record that didn't turn out very well. So we're not going to be doing that. I played a little bit of Cube World. Computer still can't handle that game. Let's see what else. I've tried Terraria. I haven't tried recording it, and I don't really know how to play it. So, I mean, I could try play with someone, but I don't know. I would get lost, and I'm not sure how my computer would handle that. I have been trying to record a couple episodes the past few days. So if we go into my single player, you'll see Ori's LP right here. I actually recorded 2 episodes in that, and well, let's just say it didn't work out. Uh, After I went to edit it, which I use Virtual Dub to edit, the sound for my mic was not there, and the sound for in-game was now not there. So I messed something up. So I've been testing. I don't know, about 2 hours or so. I've been testing, just trying to get the right settings. So if I go to my options, I got it set to 50 for master volume, and this is what I found out to be pretty decent. I mean, I haven't really played multiplayer because I still do lag in multiplayer, unfortunately. But this is what I'm going to be going with for that. Video settings, I have fancy. That might be why I wasn't. Okay. Let's put that up to 8. How far would that be? 16 times 8 is 80 plus 48, 128 blocks. That's good enough for me. Everything else seems to be fairly decent. I like my map at level 3. I don't really need anisotropic filtering, so that's good. Controls. I just want to go over here. So sensitivity, I just left that as is. I changed up. What was it? Oh, this is just for multiplayer, I think, is the only thing I changed. And that would be, yeah, to open chat return instead of T, because I'm used to playing Lord of the Rings Online, where you have to hit enter or backslash. And since I'm used to that, that's what I'm going to go with. Other than that, I think everything else is the same. So let's get started. I'm going to delete this world here. We're going to create a new world. We're going to try Ori's LP take 1. We don't have anything there. So let's create a new world. So when I get in the world, my internet's been a little buggy, so I'm not sure if I will have my skin, but if I do have my skin, I'll talk about that. Other than that, goals. Goals for my single player. Well, to be honest, I really don't want to play single player as much as I want to play multiplayer. And yeah, I got the Steve skin, unfortunately. But let's see. And we're just waiting for the world to catch up. It's going to take a little bit. So I'll just let that load up in the background whilst I talk. So goals. Yeah, like I said, I'm not really looking for too much out of this single player one. I don't know how many episodes it'll be or how often it will come out. But I do plan on testing out like all the new features and different things like that. I want to try like building some things in survival. I still have my creative test world, and I can create a new test world if I need to. But my goal really is just to kind of get back into the swing of things with recording. And now recording, I used to do half-hour videos. I'd like to cut that down to 20-minute videos because, well, one, my internet isn't like super great. So if I cut 10 minutes off, that's a third less time that I'll have to upload and edit. And before, when I did the half-hour videos, they would take me about, the shortest one I ever had was about 4 hours to upload. So I would usually just upload it overnight and then schedule it to come out at a certain time. Longest one took about 12 hours, I think it was, and that was like one of the 40-minute ones. So I really like to cut that time down. My FPS should go up. Right now it's hovering around 20, but that's because the world's loading. Once I load more around, it should go up. It should hover around 30 to 40 whilst I'm recording. Let's see, what else? Sorry, I keep going off topic. So yeah, like my main goal is to try and get onto a multiplayer server, and I've actually been talking with someone. You may call him from Skullcraft series. It is I'm Supa. He's actually playing on a. Oh, I nearly lagged off the cliff there. He's actually playing on a server right now, and I was talking to him about it, and he said it's a YouTube only server, so everyone that's on there records. Which I really like, um, because if you're not recording, you're kind of, people would view you not as, well, they'd kind of view you as not active, I guess, is the way they kind of think about it. Now I don't totally agree with that. I've met a few people who don't record at all, and they're on a lot more than some of the people that do record. But I kind of see where they're coming from. Like, they don't want someone just to join and not be recording, because they've had some problems in the past where someone has gotten on, they didn't really record, and, well, they just weren't active. So they don't want a repeat of that, which I do understand. Uh, Besides, I'm not the one who made the server, so I'm not the one that's in charge of the rules. And if that's the rules, then if I were to join, I'd have to abide by them, which I would do. So this is just kind of get back, like I said, to get back into the swing of things. Start recording. Now I'm going to probably stop, like just kind of stop talking, probably say and like a lot, just because I'm not really into, well, talking to myself basically. I mean, I'm talking, well, yeah, I guess I'm talking to myself. I'm not talking to anybody, but I'm trying to record, so I'm just not used to it. So if I say things over, if I say if I just kind of pause, I'm sorry, but I'm just not used to it at the moment. I'm going to try and get used to it. So let's go out exploring here. That was a 4 high one, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, so we got some sugarcane. Now, as all good Minecraft players do, what is one of the first things to do in Minecraft? Well, you punch a tree. So let's go ahead and punch this tree. We'll get some wood. Let's see, we need 3 pieces if I remember right. But we'll just chop down this tree. It looks like it's only 4 tall. Let's see, what else? Ooh, ideas. So, ideas for builds. I'm probably not going to build them here, but I do have some ideas for redstone projects that I'd like to do, and they're kind of out of the ordinary. And what I mean by that is, crap. Sorry. What I mean by out of the ordinary is there might be ways to do it, like let's say building a farm. There's all different kinds of ways of building farms, but I want to build my own version where, I hear a skelly. Sorry. I want to build my own version where I'm not going off of anyone else's let's see. Sorry. It's getting hard for me already. I don't want to go off anyone else's designs. I want to build my own and make it or tailor it to the way that I see fit, I guess would be the best way to explain it. And I want to make interesting things. I want to make things that make people just go, wow, how did you do that? Or, wow, I don't even understand this or how you did it, even when I show them how I did it. So that's kind of my goal for redstone projects. But I'm not like, well, I'll take someone for example. I'm not like Etho good. Okay, I'm definitely not that good with redstone. Mainly because I don't play as often as he does. But I try my best, and I think I'm okay. I mean, I'm not going to come up with, like, I've seen some people make 3D printers. Nah, that's way too advanced for me, so that's not going to be happening. But I might make something that's interesting to a few people, and just kind of a different interpretation, if you will, on things. Other than that, I want to try building above ground this time. Let's see, if we go back, one of the first Minecraft server I actually played on, where it was survival, was Conflicted, and on there, I started out building a castle, and I realized, you know, this castle is going to take forever, and I mean, it would look really cool once it's done, but it's just taking up all my time, and I kind of want to be doing other stuff like redstone projects. I want to get into that rather than just build. So I changed it up from a castle. I started building something with wood. I want this apple here. Need food. So I started building like the inside out of wood. That started out okay, but I made it too big. I wanted to do a huge dome with a circumference of, not circumference, sorry. What do you call that? Diameter? It was a diameter of like 100 and, so let's see. I think it was 101 in diameter, and I was going to do a huge dome. Well, I did a quarter of that dome, and let's just say I got bored of that very quickly, and I never finished the project. I ended up burning it down, and I was like, you know what? I finally want my own storage room, because I was working on the castle and then on that dome, and in all that time I hadn't really built like any particular room. I was just basically doing aesthetics, and I never really had a set place for things, so my storage was underground or in the castle itself, the castle entrance itself. I never even did anything else. I just kind of did the entrance. So I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's build something. So again, I went off that 101 diameter thing, and I tried making a huge project, and I realized huge projects look good in the end, but you really got to stick with them, and it takes a ton of time, and I want to be doing other stuff rather than just big projects. So I don't know where I got this idea, but I started building a underground fortress. I was starting to get back into Lord of the Rings again, and I was like, you know what? I want to build kind of like an underground cavern like they do in Moria, where it's just like a big, huge city underground, and that's basically what I started doing. So I started hollowing out. I think it was about 120 wide by, or 120 long by about 60 wide, and I did more than half of it. I probably did about 3/4 of it. I hollowed it out. It was also I think it was 30 or 40 deep, which it was a lot of stone to remove. But all my time just got taken up with that, and I burnt out on that series. And I got invited to go to Skullcraft, and I thought this was a great opportunity because it was more of a, oh, you know what? Let's make a sword before we go down here. Sword. Let's make 2 swords. Okay, that should be good. Darn, it's nighttime. I don't really have like too much to show. Kill you. There we go. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I joined Skullcraft and I was like, oh man, YouTube server. Everyone was really active at the start there. And crap, another. Sorry if you guys can't see. I don't see any coal yet. But yeah, so I joined Skullcraft and I thought it was really fun at first. And that's where I met Supa, and then Callum came there as well, Super Calzer, if you remember. And we were just having a fun time. Made a bunch of episodes there. Had a lot of neat ideas. That's where I started building underground like Etho, but instead of following the caves contours for pathways, I just made straight pathways and just kind of made it my own. And I didn't really like the way it turned out. Started getting bored with it. I mean, I built all the farms. You know what, I probably shouldn't be up here. I'll just go back down in here. We'll find some coals eventually, right? In fact, let's go up. Oh, great, our zombie. But yeah, I mean, we were having a bunch of fun, and it was getting to the point where I basically had built everything, and I was starting to get bored because not many people were on, and the people that were on were never like in my area. We were never playing basically in the same area. Like Spawn Town was just houses. People just built like a quick house, and then oh crap. People just built like a quick house, and then they would go off to their own area. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit of lag here. But oh great, I'm dead. No, I'm not. Okay, I'm safe. Let's heal up. Sorry. So yeah, so people just kind of built like a quick house, and then they move out to their own area, and everyone was pretty spaced out from each other, and so we never really saw anyone other than like Super or Callum. Yeah, what the heck, Supa or Calzer. And it just kind of got to be where it wasn't as fun anymore. And then we did a server reset, and well, I just haven't played on there since. And then I started playing, like I said, I started playing Lotro again, and Lotro was an MMO, so that was taking up a ton of my time. But I was playing with some of my old friends, met some new friends on there, and I really enjoyed it. But then, oh crap, Lotro went through this phase where basically they changed up the game. Okay, so with an update, they basically made it an entirely different game. I mean, they changed up the way skills worked, they changed up the way traits worked, and if you know anything about like MMOs, oh, I can finally make some torches so you guys can see. Sorry about that, completely forgot. I'll do that. There we go, now you guys can see. Sorry, I'm just so confused. Like on my computer, everything's always bright. I have it on, oops, video setting. I have it brightness all the way up, so on my computer I can see perfectly clear. I don't know how it'll go on YouTube though, but hopefully it turns out okay. Sorry if you guys were just like in complete darkness the entire time. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so basically at Lotro, they changed up like their game. I mean, it was like a completely different game, to be honest. And the thing I really liked about Lotro was it was unique from other MMOs, where the trait system and the skills and everything, it was unique. Go away, Skelly. I don't like you. And once I changed it up, I mean, it just became unfun I mean, before where you actually needed skill, I mean, the game itself was kind of going down with each new update. It was just kind of getting worse and worse. But this latest update just kind of destroyed it completely. And I just don't find it as fun anymore because everything is just too overpowered. I mean, everything does like a billion DPS. And the thing with that is, before each class had its own kind of like special abilities it could do, where one class would be better at a tank than another, but now they just kind of changed it up where everything is just like everything else. There's no real clear difference between classes, I guess would be a good way to say it. And one of the things that got me to really not like it is my favorite class in there. It was my favorite class for a couple of reasons, because one, a lot of people kind of avoided it because they just viewed it as too hard of a class to play, because there was this unique thing called gambits where we'll use my skill bar for example. So first pick up that coal. Let me just block myself in just in case I die, because I don't want to die because I don't know where I am. Well, okay, so let's use my skill bar. So with most other MMOs and classes in Lotros, sorry, you would get this thing where, let's say you would hit skill 1, so I'd hit my pick. Well, boom, that did a light attack, okay? So it's just a straight out light attack, and then it had like a 20-second cooldown before I could use it again. 2 did a melee attack with a 3-second cooldown before I could use it again, right? So just kind of things like that, where each attack was its own attack, and like let's say the torches was my most powerful attack, so it had a 30 or 40-second cooldown, but it did the most damage. Well, the thing with that is you just have to hit that button. You don't have to do anything prior. Typically, okay? Typically. Now with the class that was my favorite, Warden, the way the Gambit system worked is you had 3 buttons and then a 4th. So let's say the pick was my spear, and just, yeah. Okay, so this was my spear. That did not anywhere near as much damage as, like, let's say a champion. Just their normal attack, like with one of their buttons, would do, let's say, 4,000 damage. Okay, my spear did about 1,000, so it's not very powerful. Then I had a shield right here, so that was my second attack. Oh, and the spear had a 1-second cooldown, shield had 1-second cooldown, and the shield would do about 300 to 400, okay? So not very powerful at all. And then I had a fist, and the fist represented voice, and that did about 200 damage with a damage over time where it would do up to about 600 to 800 damage, roughly. I don't quite remember the numbers, I'd have to look at it. And that had a 1-second cooldown as well. So I had those 3 attacks. Then I had where the torches would be, it's called a Gambit default, okay? So the unique thing about the Warden class, and I'm sorry I'm not really doing too much in the game because I'm trying to explain this and it's a little bit tedious, but well, I guess I can try to explore. Who cares if I die, right? That's what you all want to see, right? You all want to see me die? Okay, well, we'll go on a death run. Okay, that death run was horrible. Anyways, so the Gambit default, if you didn't have a Gambit built up in the Gambit default, it would do like a set amount of damage. I don't know, let's say 1,000 damage. So it was only as strong as a spear, roughly. So not very useful by itself. But if you combine these 3 in different ways, like let's say you did spear, shield, voice, all in that order, well then the Gambit default would turn into a move called power attack. Now that is a completely different attack. Now that does 1,500 damage with a damage over time. Then if I did spear, shield, Fist, Spear, that would do Mighty Blow. So that would change this again, and that attack would do 2,000 with a higher damage over time. Let's say we started out with Shield, so we did like Shield, Spear, Fist, Shield. That would give me Shield Mastery right here, which would be a defense buff. So that would give me a buff to my defenses. It would give me higher block rating and a higher range block rating, and I believe it was one other thing that I can't remember at the moment. So it had this unique system where instead of just having, like, let's say the other classes had, how many is this? 9, 18. Other classes had like 18 skills where each one was just a single attack, so you hit it and it would just go with a cooldown, then you go to the next attack. Holy crap. That scared me. Let's go back into a hole, because I'm scared. I didn't even hear him. All of a sudden I heard something that sounded like a spider, so I turned around and sorry, but okay, so like the other classes, you would go, like some of them would have 1 second cooldown, a 3 second cooldown, and then we'll do the torch with a 30-second cooldown. So you go torch because that's your most powerful one, so you would go boom, most powerful attack, and then you would do boom, boom, and then this would come back off cooldown, boom, then you'd wait, this come off cooldown, boom, and then eventually this one would come back off cooldown, you could use it. Well, with the Warden, it's proactive rather than reactive, where reactive you're just waiting for things to come off cooldowns basically to use them. Well, proactive, you're the one making it, because these only have a 1 second cooldown. And same with the Gambit. Let's say we did that power attack, so Spear, Shield, Fist, that only had a 1 second cooldown in this area right here. So I could do that and then build it back up again and then hit it right away again. Okay? Now, as a Warden, you don't have very high hitting things, but you have lots of damage over times. So you would build something up, hit the enemy, build a small damage over time, go to the next largest one, then to the next largest one, and then you'd go to different damage over times. So that way you'd have just a bunch of damage over times rather than just flat out like 20,000 hit. I would get 20,000 damage in like 10 seconds or something with one skill that does damage over time. So the other classes just have like straight out numbers. So let's say the torch does 20,000 damage. I would have to build power attack and then wait 20 seconds, or not 20 seconds, but like 10 seconds before that built up to 20,000 damage. But in the meantime, while that's building up, I can build other damage over time things. Skills, I should say, not things. But I can build other damage over time skills while that's going. So it was just kind of like a unique way. And then depending on what you do, like if I started with like the shield, that's usually like your buffs or your heals. And the class was just so unique that way. And not only was it just unique like that, the versatility of the class. The Warden was like a combination of every single class and another creeper. Surprising, huh? So the Warden could not only DPS, they could heal, they could tank, they could support, they could just do basically every role. Not as good, mind you, not as good as, let's say, a Minstrel, which is a healing class. They can heal other players. Warden has one skill that can heal other players, and it's nowhere near as good as someone whose class is meant to do that, okay? So it's just kind of like that. It's just kind of like a not as great in really any one aspect other than doing damage over time. That's the only thing it's better at, really, than every other class, is damage over time, because that's basically how you do the damage. And the self-healing of the Warden is, well, it used to be like one of the best, but now they basically made it to where each class can do a little bit of everything. So, oh crap. So each class can kind of do like a little bit of everything. Plus, do I have any zombie meat? I don't. I should go out and find like a... Oh, that must be sunlight there. That's what that is. Let me just grab this coal here. I know this video is starting to go. Okay, okay, okay. Run, 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 run. I think it was back this way. I have a heart. I need animals. I need food. I need food. I need food. Oh crap. Okay. So basically, every class can kind of do a little bit of everything. But the thing is, they made it so where wardens are just absolutely... They're not like super crap, but they're just not as versatile as they used to be. They kind of made it where it's just not like how it was intended to be, or just not as good. So it's become less fun to play. Oh crap. I just got shot by a skeleton and I don't know where. Oh crap. Oh, I died. Oh, yeah. That's pretty funny. Oh, will I ever find that stuff? I think that was the way I headed. Let's see, yeah, ocean. We'll just go this way. We'll see if we can't find it. But yeah, that was just kind of the way things were intended, whereas things were meant as a certain role. And now everything can kind of do a little bit of everything. And classes are just overpowered. And it's just not as fun as it used to be. It's just not the same game. So I haven't really been playing it as much. I mean, I used to log quite a bit of hours every day. And now let's see, I put in maybe an hour in the past like 3 weeks of playing, where I used to do sometimes like 8 or more hours a day. So it's just not the same, and I kind of stopped playing it because of that reason. But I mean, there are other games, and Minecraft has always been like fun for me to play because I do like the building aspect. I like the redstone aspect because I like working with wiring and making something work with just a bunch of little components. That's kind of my thing. And oh man, we're getting a bunch of lag here. I'm just gonna turn this down for now. We'll just go to 6. That was 6, 36, 96 blocks I can view. Okay. Yeah, so sorry, I keep kind of going back to the same thing and repeating, but that's basically what I've been doing. I've been playing Lotra for the time that I haven't been playing Minecraft. And I started getting into some other MMOs like Rift and Star Wars Online, or Star Wars: The Old Republic Online. But that's kind of what I've been up to when I haven't been recording, and it's just, things are just kind of changing, and I just want to kind of play a laid back thing. I don't want to be on raiding every night like I used to, or just spending like tons of hours going for one piece of gear where it might not even happen. And for me, that's Minecraft. I mean, like I said, I love Minecraft. I love building things. I'm not a great builder, but I just kind of love the creativity of it. My favorite thing to do is redstone, but I'm not super great at it. But it's what I like to do. I like creating. So I think with all that said, I know I didn't get too much done. Kind of a talky episode, and I couldn't really concentrate because I can't really concentrate when I'm talking and really concentrating on what I'm saying, like explaining the warden class. So with that, I think I'm going to end it here. It's nighttime, and well, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully the guys of the server that I would like to join kind of watch this, see that I am interested in recording. but I want to show them like I don't have the best equipment, and as you can see, yeah, oh, wrong one. I'm down to 6 chunks, and I'm getting, like, as I'm moving, about 25 to 30 with the occasional lag spikes. And this is on single player, so on multiplayer it's going to be a little bit worse. So I just wanted to kind of let them know that I do like playing Minecraft, and I might not always record, but if I could join the server, I would at least put one video out a week, if not more, that is. But for now, I think this is going to be it for me. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, I will see you next time. Bye bye.